I wouldn't blame you for assuming that any of your aiming related issues in Black Ops 7 are related to the fact that they nerfed aim assist this year, or just whatever connection issues, and that's why your bullets are flying through people, right? I have done a number of videos on this topic now for Black Ops 7, but I have to make another one here because, well, frankly, there's so much nonsense in this game that affects the way you aim and shoot an opponent, and I see a lot of people blaming their connection, blaming weird boogeymen like skill-based damage or skill-based connection or anything like that. Since the beginning of Call of Duty, yes, there's always connection issues. If you have bad connection, if the servers are currently shitting themselves, or your opponent is a Wi-Fi warrior and sometimes bullets just fly through Wi-Fi warriors, we don't talk about that enough, or the fact that some people are not in your region at all, they're across the entire planet, but they're playing with their friends in your region, so you might be in Idaho, USA, fighting somebody off in Australia, and then suddenly your bullets just don't seem to connect. There's lots of things that affect all of this. We've talked about transitional accuracy, the recoil reset speed, we have talked about so many things on the channel. Those videos will be linked at the end of this one, but one of the big ones is idle sway, because just like in Black Ops 6, idle sway is happening all of the time in this game, and one of the reasons that certain pro players are now making the switch over to this particular underbarrel on screen here is that it not only increases our recoil control horizontally, it also helps with aiming idle sway and aiming idle sway delay and aim walking steadiness, which are all the things that knock your iron sight a little off target when you're trying to kill somebody. Now, this certainly affects long-range engagements more than close-range engagements, but you have to figure Call of Duty is a game about millimeters and milliseconds, so you really don't want to be sacrificing either of those things at any point. To put it another way, even if you're in close range and you have a very high chance of getting your sight on target and getting the kill, there is a chance that the enemy is going to move in an unpredictable way, or your aim is going to be a little off, and you end up sending a round over their shoulder and under their ear. What's frustrating to me is that even though every major weapon stat has multiple attachments that provide said weapon stat in this game, that for some reason isn't the case with idle sway. We only have one attachment, no laser, no stock. We have one underbarrel foregrip that is very good on just about any weapon you put it on because it's reducing horizontal recoil, which is always a nice thing to reduce, and then you're getting those idle sway and idle sway delay benefits, because just look at this in the firing range. It's so easy to show you why you should probably be running this if you are having gunfights where you're missing shots. No, I couldn't come up with a clunkier sentence if I tried. When you first ADS, you don't have too much idle sway, but very, very soon after, the idle sway kicks in. And if you are holding still in an FPS game, and you're aiming at somebody, and you start shooting, and on this build that I'm using for this showing here, by the way, I have kick reset speed and vertical recoil control maxed out on this thing. So this thing is not high recoil, the kick reset is going back down to center, my first shot recoil is lowered, this thing is a laser beam, but as you can see, because of idle sway, some shots just miss. Even though I've ADS and un-ADS'd, I'm sort of ADSing in a circle around them. Now, of course, this is going to affect long range more than close range, but now you can see what I'm talking about. Now you can see what's happening, and I don't have to hopefully pry your imagination open for you to see this also affecting something in a rapid movement-based close-range gunfight. So let's quickly run this back with the underbarrel that reduces this problem. Unfortunately, the problem is still there even with this attachment, and what's funny is that in Black Ops 6, you could stack multiple attachments to reduce your aiming idle sway, but not in this game, which is very frustrating for me. You can stack multiple first shot recoil, multiple flinch resistance, multiple bullet velocity, multiple damage range. You can really stack stuff in this game, except in this instance. And that sucks. I am being a little bit dramatic for YouTube. Yes, idle sway is going to throw you off target, but if you're able to keep your feet moving, keep your aim assist on somebody, you're not really going to be missing shots because of this edge case scenario. It's just something to factor into the very weird list of variables in this game that we've talked about. Again, those videos will be linked at the end. We have kick reset speed, transitional accuracy, aiming idle sway, not to mention all of the weird things that happen with your aiming while you do movement techniques without the dexterity perk. And then you put on recoil and flinch and bullet velocity, and there's a lot of stuff in this game that just makes guns not very great to use. Now, in Black Ops 6, I did make a video talking about how to remove all of that randomness, and I will be doing that video again for Black Ops 7. I just thought this needed a dedicated video for anybody that's curious about idle sway and whether or not it's affecting your gunfights. The answer is yes. The nuanced answer, though, is that it's probably not affecting every single gunfight with every type of weapon on every type of map with every engagement. No, yeah, it's mostly you're gonna be fine. It's not the biggest problem. It's the YouTuber and me sort of hamming it up. Sometimes it's better just to increase your mobility or reduce your horizontal recoil, and don't panic about aiming idle sway, especially depending on your playstyle. Like, if you're using an SMG at long range, yeah, tap firing somebody might be inconsistent because of this, but that's also probably not something you're going to be doing anyway. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. Have you noticed it? Does it affect your gunfights? Is this a crutch attachment for you? Let me know all of that in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Securing Charlie.